In the name of God, hello dear friends, I'm Daniel Bagharzadeh, and here we have another part of Revit software training course. In previous part, we covered this topic, how to draw the walls, the basic walls, and in this session, we're gonna introduce the curtain walls and stack wall, which there are not many special things about stack walls, but curtain walls, we need to talk about them. Okay, what are the curtain walls? Curtain walls are some glassy walls which they are really useful and they can combine with basic walls, with profiles in many different shapes. When we draw a simple curtain wall in 3D view, let me change this to realistic. As you can see, there is a simple glassy wall without any special thing. Here in this section of your template, there are some more walls which they are a little different. As in instance, exterior glazing, or for example, storefront. As you can see, we can say that they are totally the same, but they made two more in defaults and it's ready. As you can see, storefront is in profile and exterior glazing has some lines. How we can have them? See, a complete curtain wall consists of some factors, some components. The first one is the curtain wall. Another one is the grid. Grids can show the divisions on the window, which you can have them right here manually, or you can have them from the settings, which they're defined with some special and same distances. Or we can have them like this, simple. Here we have two components. One of them is curtain grid, which when I use it, as you can see, there will be a line. And the other one is mullion. Mullion change all of these lines to the profile. And later, in some more professional courses, you will learn to design these profiles by yourself. It's really easy. You can even edit the size and all types of the profiles can be possible. Okay, here when I use curtain grid, here you can see these. All segments, these are drawing modes. When I select all segments, when I put my mouse on vertical grids, I can have a preview of a horizontal grid here like this. When I put the mouse on horizontal grid, I can have a preview of a vertical grid. After that, when I have one segment, right here, there are some cuts and these are some segments. And with one segment, when I put the mouse here, it can be in this side or this side. It's not possible to have a complete line like previous mode. But why we are doing this? Imagine we're gonna have a glass wall, this curtain wall right here, like this, half of a circle. I have it here like this, but what happened? There's a straight wall, and when I approach the mouse, I can see its preview as an arc. Why? Because right now it's a straight glass and it's not possible to have a curved glass in Revit software. But when I have curtain grid at the middle of it with these cuts, as you can see, it will be like this. It will be more close to an arc with these cuts. Okay, so this is a technique to have grids for the wall, vertical and horizontal grids. You can even have the distances like this here and you can control them. For example, here we have 50. As you can see, when you select them, you can add or remove the segments. When you select, for example, this segment is between these two. With a click, it will be deleted. With another click, I can add grids wherever which is empty. When you wanna change them to profile, select mullion. If grid line is selected, you can have a whole line as profile. Line segment, what you have between the segments will be changed to profile. And also all grid lines. When you select the curtain wall, all the grid lines will change to profile. Okay, I delete it. And here again in the plan. When we draw a curtain wall, we can have grids for them with some standards, and we don't have to do this manually. And how it's possible? Here, as you can see, we have a vertical grid. Here are some vertical grids and then horizontal grids. When I select edit type, in the type of this curtain wall, as you can see, the horizontal grid is right here. But we cannot have value and number here because it's on non-mood. There are some different moods. If it's in fixed distance, it creates some grids with distances which you considered here. For example, 1.5. With this distance between the grids, this section, this distance will be extra. I select it. Let's check other moods. Fixed number. It will divide the length of this wall to a number. When I select fixed number, this value will be disactive. And here in properties, we can put that number. Right now it's on 5 and I change it to 3. It will be divided to 4 sections with 3 grids. I change it to 10, for example. Different numbers can be possible. And as I told you before, when we want to have an arc shape, with this it can be possible. Be careful about it. All other settings which you have here are same as the normal walls. For example, the height of the wall, from or to which level, or the amount of offset. All of these settings can be possible like normal walls. The only difference is that it's glassy and you can divide it. Here you can also have angle. Here in this section, when I change this horizontal grids to fixed number, and here for example 10. Okay, now here I control the length of the wall, top offset 0, and let's have it till level 2, and this side 3.20 to have a square wall. Then here we can have an angle. For example, we can rotate it for 45 degrees, 45 here and 45 here. See? The grids will be rotated like this, and now we can have mullions easily. It will be like this. You can have creativity. For example, you can remove the glasses and put something else between these mullions. Okay, later we will talk about the panels. Let me move back. Control Z. Here. Okay. Here, for example, I wanna remove the horizontal grids. When I change it to none, after having grids, when you change it to none, then apply, you face with this message. If you select OK, it will be OK. But when you select this delete grid line, the horizontal grids will be deleted automatically. Okay, we have 2 other modes. Maximum spacing, which it will consider the maximum space according to the number which you put it here in the section. It will divide this according to that number with maximum possible distance. In other hand, we have a minimum spacing, which with this you can have the minimum possible grids with 1.5 distance. As you can see right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and when I change it to maximum, they will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the difference between these 2 modes. And when you don't know about the length of your wall, or for example, when it's not a fixed number, try to have it in number or maximum. Okay, what is this section? This is vertical mullion. You can consider the mullions as well. For example, there are some profiles. When I select them, as instance, this one, when I apply, there will be there automatically. Now there are three different types of mullions for the sides and the middle. You can have the same for all along the object. When I want to have the same mullion for all part, here I copy this text, then here Ctrl V, and here as well, then OK. As you can see, left, right and the middle, all of them are the same. We can have mullion for horizontal grids as well. Here Ctrl V in this section, which is none. Right now we have two vertical grids at the top and bottom of this window, so they can have mullion as well. And right now you can also have grids for this window, which you control like this manually. Here in this section I change this to maximum and the spaces 2 meter, then OK. As you can see, it will be like this. OK, another thing which we have here, let me have this 60 centimeter here. OK, if you draw a curtain system as default in a basic wall, it might be inside of the wall and it might not be visible. When I select it here and when it's highlighted, you will see it's inside of the wall, it's not visible. Curtain systems have an option, which with this option they can be subtracted from the wall. Here in this section, which we have curtain wall in this basic wall, that section will be cut. Here in edit type, select automatically embed. In this way, when you have a curtain wall here, as you can see, it will be subtracted from the volume of the wall, and storefront will be subtracted too as defaults. And as you can see, its profiles are a little different, but they are totally the same. And that's it. Right now when I select this wall here and when I move it down like this, as you can see, this section will change to the wall again. Okay, now panels. Panels are the sections between the mullions, which they are glazed as defaults or a glassy surface. You can even have wall inside of them. See, I can have a wall or a 60 centimeter wall in a set of glass, or for example a frame like this, or even stack wall. All of these things can be possible. Or glazed again to have it as glass, or it can be solid. And when we have edit type, we can even have material for it, and we can also have empty. When we change it to empty, it will be empty without any subject there. The only thing which is there is the profiles. As you can see, to select it, here I use tab. Here at this corner I use tab, then it will be selected. But if it's hard to put the mouse there, here in this section we can have some options. For example, select element by face. When I activate it, when I put the mouse on a face of an element, and when I use tab, it will be selected. When it's not active, I have to put the mouse at the corner to be able to select it. But when it's active, when I put the mouse on this panel with tab, it will be selected easily. Okay, sometimes you want to select this element here, for example, and it might be pinned in your Revit, which later I will tell you about how to pin an element in Revit software. Let me turn it off. Sometimes when you want to select something, for example this panel here, it's not possible. As you can see, I'm trying and it's not possible. I'm pressing tab and it's not possible. Why? Because these panels of this storefront here are pinned. It means it's fixed here. You can't even select it. To be able to select the things which are pinned, here you need to click on this icon, select pin element, to disable it, to be able to select it here. Now as you can see, when it's selected, the icon of pin is here. I will say in modify, but here when I unpin it, I can select it. I can even delete it, or I can change it. For example, I change it to empty. That's it, an important tip. Most of the times when you are working, it's hard to understand that why it's not possible to select it. So that was the settings and the way that we should work with curtain systems or curtain walls.